name is Kheris Rogers, and I am rolling out.
All right, hello everyone. This is C. Alexandra with Rolling Out, and I'm with a very special guest. Now she wears many titles. I'm going to let her introduce herself, but she goes by Kheris Rogers. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. First, tell us really quick, where are you from and what are your titles? I want you to introduce yourself because you have a lot going on and I love it with you being young, but you're doing your thing. So yeah, tell us where you're from and how it all began.
Well, I'm from LA, Los Angeles, California, and some of my titles, I'm the CEO of Flexin In My Complexion, author, fashion designer, model, actress. Yeah.
I love how you had to think about it. She was like, hold on, what am I again? Love it. So yes, flexing my complexion. I love that. And I know it comes, I guess it stemmed from something that happened in school once upon a time, or can you tell us more about how your brand was started, your fashion brand?
Well, I created Flexin In My Complexion when I was 10 years old because I was being bullied for my dark skin complexion growing up in school. And so when I was going through a lot of those experiences, of course, it took a toll on my self-esteem, my mental. I had no confidence in myself whatsoever. And when you're young and going through something like that, that could be rough. And so I initially started to go viral on Twitter for pictures my sister would post to me on Twitter. And the hashtag was Flexing In Her Complexion. And the amount of people that were commenting saying how they love my skin color, love my hair. And I was like, these are the exact same things I was being bullied for growing up. So, that right there, I was just like, why not create a clothing line called Flexing In My Complexion? And then we dropped it a few days later, maybe like 3 days later. And it sold out in less than 10 minutes. So, yeah.
I love that. That's amazing because, using your pain as purpose, right? Kind of doing, um, I guess letting their words kind of roll off your shoulder, but you profited off of it, off of the pain, which is great. But I guess what motivated you? Like, did you also see other students or other kids that were kind of could relate to that situation? Like, how did you kind of pour into others through this brand?
Well, flexing my complexion isn't just about me. It's for every brown, fair skin, freckle skin person. Wants to tell the world that they are more than just the color of their skin. I feel like it wasn't just about what I was going to make from it or what I was going to get out of it. It was really just to let everyone know that they should love themselves no matter what anybody says, because you have to know that you are beautiful no matter what, inside and out, because beauty does not define who you are. What you bring to the table defines who you are as a person. So I just feel like flexing my complexion wasn't just about me. It was just for everyone, just to gain some self-love in themselves.
I love that. Self-love is so important. And it's Women's History Month. Can you tell exactly? Can you tell us some ways that you show yourself self-love and maybe give some tips for people that are your age or even older that may be struggling in that area? Because you are so well spoken, which we're going to get into further, just how you even got to this point. But yeah, give us some self-love tips.
For one, taking self-care days that matter, getting facials, no matter if that's getting your eyebrows done, your lashes done, your nails done. Go take a self-care day. Like, it's very helpful. I do it. Like, there's no problem with it. Journaling is super important. Especially writing down your thoughts. Sometimes that you're not able to express yourself to other people because you're not always comfortable, but always writing your thoughts down in journals, doing affirmations. Even I still do affirmations. I don't wake up every day and wake up and just as confident as I am every other day. Like, no, you have to build yourself up to that point. Either that's in the morning, that's beginning of the start of the week. No matter when it is, you always have to remind yourself who you are.
Absolutely. I love that so much. Well, let's talk about it. So you're very well spoken. How old are you? Do you mind me asking?
I'm 16.
Okay, 16. Wow, amazing. You're so well spoken, very confident, and I love that so much. Sometimes you don't see that a lot in women until later on in life due to maybe certain things they've been through or, just life experiences. Some people, kind of have to grow into that. But do you what do you feel like was the driving force to you kind of um, having that confidence? Like, do you feel like it was like family oriented or something you kind of learned? Share for people who, may be struggling in that area.
It definitely didn't happen overnight. Even when I first started flexing my complexion, I still really didn't have that much confidence in myself. It was something that I built over time. I feel like even probably like really started gaining lots of confidence in myself was like freshman year of high school. So like that really wasn't that long ago. I'm only a junior. But I really had to remind myself who I am because no one can define me but myself. If I can't love myself, no one else can. Or I can't, if I don't love myself, I can't love anybody else. So, once I really started to gain confidence in myself where I can be like, oh, yep, I'm the it girl. Like, who could tell me nothing? It takes a person a long time to get to that point. Everyone's always like, how'd you get there? Even myself, I can't even tell you because I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like you have to build that up for yourself. You have to love yourself every single day. Even when you feel like you don't, you better act like you do.
I love that. I feel like Rihanna said something similar to that. Like sometimes you just gotta fake it till you make it, right? Or not fake it, but if you're not feeling that way, sometimes you just gotta push through, right?
Every single time.
I love it. I guess, so you do a lot of other things. You're also an actress. How do you balance everything? And like, what would you say is something that you gravitate towards the most? Because of course, you have your fashion line, but you're a model, you're a philanthropist. What do you feel like you gravitate towards the most, if that makes sense?
Oh, I feel like I have the same amount of love for everything that I do. I feel like if I don't love something or I don't think it's fun, I'm not really gonna do it. I'm not gonna enjoy it as much. But I feel like everything that I've done, I've loved it. So I feel like I put the same amount of time into a clothing line as I do to everything else. Because if you want to do something, you have to put in the work for it. No one else can.
This is true. Now, when it comes to the fashion design process, do you kind of like what does that process look like? Because I know there's some people that may be aspiring fashion designers. Do you have a lot to do with like the marketing side of things as well as like the design process? Do you work with like manufacturers or kind of a blend of all of it? Like how does that work? That's more of a design and dialogue conversation, but yeah.
So in the beginning, we used to do everything out of our garage. So it would just be me and my sister. She's more of the she can draw, she can do that. Like she could work. I can't do all that. I have the mind where I envision what I want something to look like, and she could put it out on paper or on the computer. I'm not nah. But so now we moved into a warehouse. So now we have people behind closed doors that also do help us create different designs as well. And we can put in our input. They'll create mock-up designs. We'll also create different mock-up designs. And we like something, we'll come together. It's a team effort. Nothing that any of these designers do, they're never on their own. You always have to have people behind you all the time. Even sometimes we may disagree on some things, but it's all a part of the business. So yeah.
I love that you touched on the team because teams are so important, right? Can't do it all yourself. Um, yeah, obviously that's how you can balance everything, right? Having a team. So I guess when it comes to like being an actress, a singer, things of that nature, can you share maybe one of your most monumental moments so far and what you're looking forward to the most?
Mm. I feel like I've done so much. I really can't even pick. I feel like everything happens so fast where you can't even take time to like take it all in where you're just like, oh my God, like I did that. Like that's crazy. Even some stuff now I'm just like, I did that when I don't remember. But I'm gonna say mm, I'm gonna say being able to work with LeBron James. He picked me to be. He had when his 16th shoe came out, he picked 16 women that inspired him, and I was one of them. I was the second. The youngest was his daughter, but then yeah. Then it was me, yeah. And so that's really inspiring for someone that's so big to even recognize someone like me, where you're just like, wow, like that mean I'm doing something with my life. Shoot.
I love that. That's amazing. Wow, girl, you gotta look. It's only up from here. I can't wait to see where you're or where you are in another like 10 years. I know you're gonna be dominating. But yeah, anyone that in particular you would love to work with, like, because I know, do you like do partnerships through your brand as well?
I've done partnerships with Lupita Nyong'o, the Shawn Mendes Foundation. I feel like I'm missing somebody. I feel like I'm missing somebody, but that's okay. So yeah, I definitely do partnerships. But I feel like partnerships, they have to be genuine. They have to be someone that message relates to mine, or I feel like I'm not just gonna put anything on a t-shirt where that I don't feel like it means something to me. So I feel like partnerships, they definitely have to have a great meaning behind it. Something that's empowering, something that's gonna inspire other people, young people, adults, or anyone.
I love it. Yes, you got to make sure the people that represent your brand also represent the message, right? Um, period. I love it. I guess, can you tell us what you feel like your audience is? Now we're talking more like design and dialogue converse, more like design and dialogue questions, because I want to know more about just life as a designer, because I know you touched on the design process, but I just want to hear more about like your audience, what inspires you, things of that nature. So let's start here. Yeah. So what do you feel like is your audience, or who do you feel like kind of gravitates towards your brand?
I feel like it's a lot of the more older crowd gravitate towards it a little more. I feel like the younger people, they just like my content, but who's gonna buy it is the adults. Like the younger kids, like they gravitate to my TikToks or like my Instagram photos, but like the older folks, they got them. They bring So I feel like that's a little bit of my audience, and I know what my audience likes, and I know what they don't like. If it's something someone tells me to post, and I know it's not gonna get any likes, I'm not posting it because it's not genuine to me or my audience, no matter what it is.
I feel you. Yeah, that makes total sense. So I know you said, well, I guess the good thing is at least they're probably telling their parents like, hey, buy this for me. So it all works out, right? You still
Yeah.
getting both sides, but I get you. Like those are the sole people that are buying from you. That makes sense. I guess when it comes to the inspiration behind it, and I know you said, of course, it was inspired from an experience you had in school and things of that nature, but as of like when it comes to your designs and things of that nature, does anything else inspire you? Like, do you see like different artwork, or maybe like being in a different area of the world may inspire you? Can you touch on that a little bit?
I feel like for one, what's going on in the world right now, like different collections can mean different things, or like what's trending now, or supporting Black businesses. That's like something everyone is trying to do right now, so that they could put their money more up to the Black folks that are putting it in these folks that don't care about it. And so I feel like my most recent collection that I just dropped was basically to let people know to support Black businesses, and support the culture, that because we're all for the culture, right? We all say it, but we ain't doing it. So that's actually you standing on it. You have to stand on it, and I feel like that's what inspired my last collection. And even the next one for Women's History Month, I feel like there's a lot of women behind big things that we're all buying or all seeing, but we never get to see their face. And so it's just like we have to support all these women. We have to be there for all our Black folks, no matter what.
Absolutely. And yes, you touched on a good point. It was something I was going to ask you. Oh yeah, so I know you said you started your brand when you were 10, which is amazing. But during the pandemic, because you touched on something that kind of made me think about that, just supporting Black-owned business and things of that nature. Do you feel like during 2020, the message for your brand changed a little bit, or was like not changed per se, but kind of like you maybe were inspired to kind of move in another direction at all?
Um, I feel like yeah, we did move in a different direction. We did more dressy type clothing. We did jumpsuits. We were doing stuff that we don't do. So, but the brand is so well in the pandemic. A lot of people say that their brands weren't really doing so well during the pandemic, but had a great run in the pandemic. I feel like that was like one of the like second greatest moments in the whole clothing line was during the pandemic, through sales or through posting or anything. I feel like that was just a great time for us, but I feel like we did swerve into a new direction. And I feel like that was a time for us to learn a little bit more of what people like and what people don't like. So yeah.
And they probably were happy to have something other than t-shirts and leggings to wear, right? They had some jumpsuits. I'm sure that helped. You know, people wanted to look fly in the living room too, right?
Exactly.
Of course. So, and I heard that your brand was featured at New York Fashion Week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So tell us more about that. When it, when it went down and just what that experience was like. And, you know, I guess what is another goal? Like, do you see yourself at Paris Fashion Week? Like, tell us something that you're looking forward to.
Fashion Week was definitely hectic. I became the youngest designer to ever showcase at New York Fashion Week. No one's taken that title yet, but I can't wait till someone that's out there way younger than me. And I hope that they can do what I did, but do it 10 times better. I hope that they can learn from it and they can be like, oh, this is exactly what I want to do for the rest of my life. But I feel like I would love to go to fashion weeks, another fashion week. Either that's Paris Fashion Week, any fashion. I don't really care which one it is. I want to go, child. Milan Fashion Week. Oh, I'm there.
I love it. Now I gotta hear your personal opinion on this. Are you familiar with La Roche?
Yes. Oh
How
my
do you
God, I've seen all the TikToks.
Yes, how do you yeah, that was the video was hilarious. Even though I'm sad because it seems like he may have retired recently or kind of put out a public announcement saying he's retiring. How does that make you feel as a designer? I'm sure you probably look up to him. So how does that feel?
It made me feel sad. I actually got to meet Law Roach one time when I was on America's Next Top Model, and he even told me himself. He was like, "I was the best one there. I was better than even the books they had in the competition." But it's really sad. I feel like he has such a huge impact on women in the industry or anyone, even fashion designers, anyone. I feel like he's had such a great impact on the community, period. He's done things, he's created, had people wear some amazing outfits, and some people don't even know who's behind putting these cute outfits on these beautiful people, and I feel like it's super sad, and I hope that he'll come back next week.
Me too. I'm hoping it was just a moment. But yeah, to end on a high note, tell us what you have coming up. I know you're a philanthropist too. You're speaking, you're always in the community. So tell us what, is coming up and what we need to be on the lookout for.
So what's coming up, I have my own foundation called the Kheris Rogers Foundation. And this Saturday, March 25th, we're holding another event for Women's History Month in partnership with Long Beach Unified School District and their Black Student Union. I hope I'm saying this all right. Um, and so we're going to be giving women their flowers. Either that's through the schools, either that's someone in the industry, either that's someone behind closed doors is doing some amazing things. I think it's important for women to get their flowers while they're here instead of when they're long gone and everyone's just now realizing how many great things that they've accomplished while they were here. And I feel like giving women their flowers is super important. People really look at women as like, oh, we're just here, we don't really do much. But I could do the same thing a man is doing. Kind of. Because I won't, kind of. Kind of. I be struggling. I'm not taking no trash outside. But that's
That's where the line is drawn.
exactly. But I feel like that's something that I really wanted to do was give Black women their flowers or women period their flowers. So that's what I have coming up with my foundation. Yeah.
I love it. Well, we can't wait to be on the lookout for that. Obviously, hopefully attend. Where can we follow you and keep up with you as well?
You guys can follow me at Kheris Poppin, KHERISPOPPIN. And then that's on TikTok, Snap, and Instagram. And on Facebook, you can find us at Flexin In My Complexion. And you can shop Flex My Complexion at www.flexininmycomplexion.com.
I love it. And last thing, any message for Women's History Month?
Oh, a message for Women's History Month. Stand up, always be yourself, stand up for what you think is right, always use your voice, because no one can shut you up but you, okay?
I love it. Well, it was such a pleasure speaking to you. I can't wait to see, what else you have. I know you have something with the Black hair experience as well, correct?
Yes, that will be on May 12th, right before Mother's Day. So you want to bring your mom, bring your cousins, your sister, your brother, anybody. We're gonna be there May 12th. I'm super, super excited for that. It'll be another roundtable event. So yeah.
All right. Well, we will be on the lookout for all the updates on social media, and you have a website as well.
It's KherisRogersFoundation.org.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kheris, for talking to us. We absolutely love your energy, and we can't wait to see what you do next.
Thank you so much. It was nice meeting you.
Of course. Nice meeting you too. Thanks for rolling out with us.